Hello, boys and girls. Welcome back to another Bible story. This Bible story that we're going to talk about is found in Genesis about someone who built a boat. And I bet you all can guess who it is. This story is called A New Beginning. Time passed and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God and were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart hurt. His heart was full of pain when he saw what everybody was doing and what happened to the world that he loved. Everywhere was disease and death and destruction, all the things that God hates the most. Now Noah was a friend of God, which was very odd in those days because no one was. Noah listened to God, he talked to God, and he just loved being around God, like you do with your very best friend. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They are destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. But first, we must build an ark. Do you know how to build an ark? Noah did not either. Luckily, God knew, and he would show Noah how. And there's Noah with his plans to build the ark and the materials he will need to build it. A storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you. I promise I'll send the animals to you, ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bounce and climb. And don't forget to pack everybody's food. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and all the sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him to do. So Noah built an ark, short for very large boat. Noah's neighbors came out to watch and point and laugh because they didn't believe Noah about the boat or the storm or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly because his boat was in the desert. The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there had never been a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a huge boat? And there's Noah, busy working away just like God told him. And here are those neighbors making fun of him, laughing at him. But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought of him. He minded what God thought of him. That was more important. So he did just what God had told him to do. When the ark was ready, God said, "All aboard!" And Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. Then God shut the door. Look at all those animals with Noah in that boat. And it started raining for minutes that joined into hours, that joined into days, that joined into weeks and weeks. And the rain joined up into puddles, that joined up into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat that had once seemed so big suddenly seemed so very small. But in the middle of the huge storm, in the crashing waves, and all of the thunder and the lightning, through it all, God was with them. And God kept them safe for 40 long days and 40 long nights. Finally, the rain stopped. the sun came out, and Noah threw open the windows and yelled, "Hooray!" For the rain was done. Noah set his dove out to explore, and it wasn't long before she brought him back a fresh olive leaf. Everyone knew exactly what that meant. The dove had found a tree and land. The water was going down. And there's all the water and the boat that now doesn't seem so big at all. At last, the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a giant mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come!" And so they did, everyone skipping and dancing onto dry land. The first thing that Noah did was to thank God for rescuing him and his family and all the animals, just as God had promised. And the first thing that God did was to make another promise. "I will never destroy the world again." And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a giant battle, God said, "See, I have hung up my bow in the clouds." And there in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful bow made of light. It was a new beginning in God's world. It wasn't long before everything went wrong again, but God wasn't surprised. He knew that it would happen. That's why, before the beginning of time, he had another plan, a better plan, a plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer. God's strong anger against hate and sadness and death would come down once more, but not on his people or his world. No, God's war bow was not pointing down at the people. It was pointing up into the heart of heaven. And there's the beautiful rainbow that represents God's promise. We love this story for so many reasons, but my favorite part is no matter what, Noah followed God and he trusted God, even when people were laughing at him and even when God's plan didn't make sense. And Noah had never seen rain, but he went ahead and built the boat just like God promised him. So we must, no matter what, trust God and follow what he says. I hope you have a great afternoon, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.